Peace, my family, and roll back to all those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time. Welcome. This is your girl, the butterfly. We about to take off. Let's fly. Just want to send you all the good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind right in that good mind. How y'all feeling today? Hope you guys most definitely moving on up in your higher nature and cleansing. Oh yeah. Cleansing the lows. I came on here today to express and read the L's Holy Qur'aan. This right here will certainly help you on this good journey. So with that being said, family, let's get started. And so it reads, Chapter 70, the B. Begin all things using the name of source Allah, the Rahman, who is the most merciful. Don't hasten into Allah. Allah is the Elohim sent down by the way of Rasul. The command of the source Allah has come to. Don't you hasten into him not us. Don't try to add him to your densities now. Question. And glory be to him, and he not we, is anew exalted, of which they associate partners with. He not we sends down the angelic messengers, the Elohim, the Anunnaki, by the way of the soul, the Rasul soul, the holy soul, Murdoch, from his not our command, which he pleases of his slaves, that they should warn all that no Allah's sources would exist by the way of I or me. So tremble at the mention of me, not we or us, me and I. He not we created somewhat the skies and the planet key by the way, by fact, beyond any doubt. So he's exalted above all that which they associate partners with other entities. And it goes on to read, the Elohim Enki created mortals, Enosites, cattle created for you, for clothing, and to bear heavy burden. Horses and asses are adornment. And it reads, and he not we, the Elohim Enki created the Enosites, mortals, from the germ, the life germ. So then, despite his small origin, he, the Enosites, mortals, is a clear disputer, and the cattle. One moment. Created. For you, mortals, Enosites, is a clear disputer, and the cattle he created for you, Enosites, in it is a warm clothing, and you eat from the cattle, and for you, in it is the beauty. When you take them home in the dust period, and when the flock of the cattle, go freely to pastures in the early daytime hours, they, the cattle, carry your heavy burden to the lands that which you can't reach, except the difficulty of your own slaves, or on your own selves, not slaves but selves. Surely your Rab, the sustainer, is the kind and most merciful, and the caverns and the mules and the asses are for you to ride them, adornment. And he not we has created of that which you have no knowledge of. And on Allah is the right way of the path. From it, the path, you or the path are ones that turn aside. And if he not we pleases, he would lead you all into calmness together. It goes on to read, Yahshua sent down water for you all, and he made the moon and the sun and the sea self-sufficient to you. And it reads, it is he not we, who sent down water from the skies, and you drunk from it. And from it there are also trees, vegetation, in which you pasture your flock. And he plants for you with it the corn and the olives and the date plant, the date palms, and the grapes, and from all kinds of fruits. And surely in that is a sign for the kindred that can think. And he not we made subject for you the shadow hour period, and the daytime, and the sun, and the moon, and the stars, subject by his command, and surely in that are signs for a kindred with intelligence. And of that which he not we has produced for you, and the planet he earth of different colors, and surely in it that is a sign for the kindred who are mindful with gratitude. And he not we is who subject the sea, that you may eat fresh meat from it, and you bring forth from it adornments, pearls, and sea shells that you can wear, and you can see, and the craft on the water cleaving through it, and for you to desire from his favor, and perhaps that you will be grateful. And he not we placed in the planet, he all referring to the earth, firm mountains, so they will not move with you, and rivers and paths, so that perhaps you will be led into commons and landmarks, and by the way of the stars, and they led into commons, they found their way. It is he not we who created, as he who does not create question. So don't you remember question? And if you would count the grace of the source Allah, you can't number it, and surely the source Allah is forgiving and the most merciful. The source knows that which you keep secret, and vice versa. Allah is one Allah, and the source Allah knows that which you keep secret and that which you make public. Those who they call upon, pray from besides Allah, they did not create anything, and they themselves are creating. They are dead, other than alive, and they have no idea of how or where they will be raised back into life. Your Allah, your source, is one Allah source. So those who don't have faith in the end, their hearts have no knowledge, and they are big-chested and pouting with pride. Allah doesn't love the proud ones. They will carry their burdens entirely on the day of resurrection, and Jannah is for the big-chested ones. Of course, surely the source Allah knows that which they keep secret and which they make known, and surely he not we does not like those pouting with pride. They are big-chested. And when it was asked of them, what is it that your Rab who is sent down to you, he said, fables of those ancient ones, the Elohim Dianeer, so they will carry their burdens entirely on the day of resurrection. The standing, and also the burdens of those whom they led astray into error, without them even knowing it. Now, surely evil is the burden they will bear. Indeed, those from before them plotted, so the source Allah took the foundations from their buildings, the wall of Jericho. So the roof fell upon them from above them, and he came to them with the pain and weeks they don't perceive the ark of the covenant, and then the day of resurrection will disgrace them. And he not we will say, where are my associated partners, those who were opposing in them? Those who have been given the knowledge will say, surely the disgrace and shame of this day and evil act is on the kafir ones who conceal which they knew to be the facts. Those who, angelic message to Elohim and Anunnaki, cause to pass away, takes their soul, put their own selves into the state of unjustness, so they threw themselves to the surrendering of a peaceful way of life, and we are not doing any evil act. Nevertheless, surely Allah is knowledgeable of that which you used to do. So either the doors of hell has doors eternally in it, so a miserable and wretched abode for the big-chested ones, those pouting with pride. And it goes on to read, those who tremble at the mention of the source, there is a Jannah for them. And it reads, and it is said for those who tremble at the mention, what is that your Rab has sent down? Question. They say that which is good for those who seek the best in this physical world, and the best in the abode of the end, and grace be the near abode of those who tremble at the mention, Jannah, garden, and Eden, and they and the righteous enters them, rivers flowing from beneath them, in them enclosed garden of delight. They have that which they please, and also the source Allah rewards those who tremble at his mentioning. As for those whom the angelic messengers, the Elohim Naki, cause to pass away, takes their soul in a state of agreeableness, and they will say to them, Salam, peace be upon you all, and now enter the garden by the way of that which you were doing, your good deeds, and following all the laws. And do they wait for anything except the angelic messengers, the Elohim Naki, coming to them, or should the orders of Muhammad's rap sustainer come? Question. This is how those who were before them, the other cycles, did things, and Allah did not treat them unjustly, but they were unjust to themselves. So the evil, disagreeable acts that they were doing fell upon them, and that which they used to ridicule surrounded them. And those who associated partners said, if Allah please, we won't slave for anything from besides him, not us, as nor our fathers, nor have we made anything unlawful from besides him. And also those from before him did this. So what is on the Rasul one sent except the clear propagating of the facts? Question. The Elohim Naki, but in every nation of Rasul avoid the Tajwa, and if the Anunnaki want to bring something into existence, they just say to it exist, and so it comes into existence. And it reads, and indeed we not heed the Elohim Naki raised to life in every nation of Rasul one sent, that you will slave the source Allah and avoid the Tawat, the arrogant devil, also known as Baba Anzu Tarnus, the father of Samuel, the reptilian. So from them who are led into calmness by the source Allah, and from them who let the straightness from the light to spiritual darkness become the facts to them. So move about, feed in the planet key earth, and see how the end was of the liars. And if you, Muhammad, anxiously desire upon their calmness, so surely the source Allah doesn't lead into calmness those who has gone astray into error, and there are no aiders for them. And swear by the way of the source Allah, their striving babes, and the source Allah did not, or the source Allah will not raise to life who has died, and nevertheless it's a factual promise on him, and most Enocytes have no knowledge of it. Most mortals have no knowledge of it. To make clear to them who were differing in it, and to let those who conceal which they knew to be the facts know that they were liars. And when are not mind the Elohim and not these sayings to something, if we want to say to it whom exists, by whom, so into existence it becomes. And those who migrated in Allah's way from after they have been treated unjustly, we not heed the Elohim will inform them of goodness in the physical world, and the reward of the end is bigger if they only knew. Those who were patient and entrusted upon their Rab, who is sustainer. The Elohim sent mortal men whom were inspired through Waham. The Qur'aan is sent down to explain previous scriptures. And we not heed. The Elohim Naki did not send from before you except mortal men, when we, Elohim Naki, inspired by the way of Wah to them. So acts the family of remembrance, Noach's family, who remembered the flood, if you did not know. By the way of the clear evidence, the Gilgamesh epics, and the Zubur, the Psalm, the Prophet of David, and we not heed the Elohim Naki send down to you, Muhammad, the remembrance, the Qur'an, so that you will be able to clearly explain to the Enocytes, the mortals, what was sent down to them. Explain the tablets, the scrolls, and books before the Quran, and perhaps they will consider that which you are to teach. Are those who plotted evil acts feel secure that the source Allah will cause the planet key to swallow them, or the pain will come to them from which they will not proceed, or he not we, the source Allah will take them in their turning about, so they will not be weakened or frustrated, or he not we will take them upon a fear. So surely your Rab is kind and most merciful. Or not they say to that which the source Allah created from a thing, they turn about its shadow from the right and to the left, prostrating to him, and they are veiled breeding of the Canaanites. And so let me read one more, and it goes like this. That which is in the skies and He, even the Elohim, prostrate before Allah. Don't take two Allahs. If harm touches you, supplicate unto Allah. And to Him prostrates that which is in the Samuel skies and that which is in the planet Tamat, a crawling creature, and angelic messengers to Elohim and Naki, and they are not big-chested, mountain with pride. They fear their sustainer from over them, hovering above in a craft, and they do that which they are commanded. And the source Allah, as Gabriel Russell said, don't take two Allahs, two sources, for surely He, speaking about Allah, is one Allah source. So you should be frightened only of me, and for him not us, is what is in the heavenly skies and the planet key. For Him is the perpetual means of judgment. It is there any other than that which you tremble to question, and that which is with you from grace. So it's from Allah. Then if harm touches you, so supplicate unto Him not us. And if he not we, removes the harm from about you, if a portion from you, those who associated partners with their Rab, they conceal which they knew to be the facts of that which we not He, the Elohim Naki, give them. So enjoy life temporarily. So you'll enjoy life temporarily. So you will know. And they make of that which have no knowledge of, apart from which we not He, the Elohim Naki, provided them by the way of the source. And you will be asked of which you were inventing, and they will make for Him daughters in glory to Him, and for them that which they desire. And when one of them is given the announcement of the second part, the female child, his face becomes blackened and he is filled with anger. You know what? I'm going to read one more. And it goes like this. Those who don't have faith, the end is a likeness of dishonor. Satan made evil look fair seeming unto them, and it reached, and he hides himself from the kindred because of an evil act. That news which was given to him should be kept in disgrace, or should be hidden in the dust. Nevertheless, evil is what is used wisely. For those who don't have faith, by the way of the end is a likeness of evil, and for him is the most exalted likeness, and he not we is the mighty and the wise. And if the source Allah punishes the Nets, the Enosites, for their wrongdoing, he not we would not leave upon it from any crawling creature, but he not we delays them to a predetermined time. So if their time comes, they can't delay an hour, and nor can they recede it. And they make to the source Allah that which they hate, and their tongues just describe the lie. That which is best is for them. No doubt fire is for them, and they will be hasted into it. By the way of Allah, indeed we not He, the Elohim and Naki, have sent apostle one sent to the nations from before you. So Satan also known as Samuel, Satan, the reptilian, made Pharisee adornment their works for them. So Satan, the reptilian, is their near friend today, and for them is an aching pain. And we not he, the Elohim Nike, have not sent down to you, Muhammad, the scripture, the Qur'aan, except that you may make clear to them that about which they differ in, and as a leading calmness and a yielding mercy for a kindred who are faithful. Alright, now I'm going to stop right there. That's a good place to stop. Alright, so family, you are encouraged so much so to read and check this out yourself on this good journey. This will certainly must help you and get you going. Alright, now, so I'm going to leave it at that for now. Again, if you have any questions, you can leave in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. If you do want to check this out, it is on the channel already. Check it out. Alright, so again, family, I want you all to know that you are loved beyond this world and in it. Begin to spread that love one to another. Be the peace that you seek. Release our master teacher, Dr. Malachi L. Peace, shalom, Hashem, divine love, family, and Watu. And it's all